Welcome back, I'm Tedward, and welcome to the all-new Lamborghini Temerario. This is the replacement for the beloved Huracan. And now, instead of a naturally aspirated V10, we have a 10,250 RPM twin-turbo V8 plug-in hybrid, making 907 horsepower, of course powering all four wheels. This is a stunning vehicle from Italy, and I'm really excited to get a first taste because Lamborghini Boston came out to Garage 42 to give some test drives. And it's March, and in typical New England fashion, we always anticipate spring, and when we see March on the calendar, we're ready for it. But guess what? We still got a blizzard the other day, we got snowbanks, but Lamborghini Boston thought ahead. We are on Blizzaks LM005s, so that way hopefully we can put down some power and actually make this thing work. The Temerario style is 100% for me. I am obsessed with the rear end of this car, despite the fact that it is maybe going to get some phone calls to your insurance company because you're probably going to kick up a hell of a lot of rocks at whoever is following behind. If you're on a rally and you're in a GT3 and your buddy has a Temerario, do not drive behind this. There may be some fun, goofy way to put some Looney Tunes style aftermarket mud flaps on this to prevent that, but I don't care. It's awesome. We're in the car. We're not going to worry about it. Monster dual exhaust coming out right at the center. You can see the valves up there. And actually, Evan, if you want to get in and give us a couple little revs real quick, it would be nice to hear it. We definitely are going to miss the V10, but when you rev things over 10,000 RPM, it's hard to complain. It is every bit a supercar, and I'm really excited. So we don't have a ton of time to play with this today, but we gotta get a taste. So just a heads up front, we are on a 225 section tire in the rear, and in the rear we're on a 325 carbon ceramic brakes, all the goodies. It's a plug-in hybrid, which means it can power the front wheels with EV power alone. And hopefully they like what I do here and they give me a loaner for a week. That'd be fun. But either way, I'm really curious because, you know, I'm gonna have you hold that. When we're talking about Temerario, this is the entry level, right? I mean, I guess the Urus is actually the entry level, but this is the entry level. And I know that everyone's gonna say, well, you know, Corvette ZR1X is faster and it has more power. Well, guess what? The C8's been out a while, and this is the first iteration. So I'm not too worried about what's to come. I have a feeling that Lamborghini is going to please us in delicious ways. So first, let's do a little run up Route 2. Right now because I love that it's like, oh, you're only warm enough to go to 9,500 RPM. Come on.
Almost all the way.
So silly. Corsa. Loads of torque coming from this, and that's the beauty of the hybrid system, is that you can complain all you want that, oh, I don't want batteries in my supercar, but those batteries allow you to have this experience where you get a ton of revs with a high-strung engine, but also instant response, even in 5th gear. Oh my God, this thing's already wonderful. 8-speed DCT. 8-speed DCT, giving us those characteristic Lamborghini shifts that is always a little bit extra. And is that a Volkswagen Routan? That might be more rare than the Temerario on the road right now. I'm just obsessed. top. And it's like actually amazing how a DCT can even handle this much power. What's nice though is it's not unsettling the car as much as I thought it would. Lamborghini loves to kind of dial in a little bit of upshift theater, and that can be problematic. It's just such a staggering acceleration. And it's also not so much that it's outdoing the car. The chassis can handle more, 100%. Like, I know that this could go faster and that we could all be very happy with another 100 or 200 horsepower. And I cannot wait to see when there's some level of Performante or STO or Technico, whatever they're going to call these things in the future. But to start out as this, being the baseline, is just bananas. Go nice and slow past the aviation hobbyists. They're all out here flying airplanes or rockets, maybe? They've got rockets. This is the Rocketry Club. I think we're in a rocket right now.
I think you're right.
Oh my goodness, this thing is psychotic. Okay, I know this is not what you came here for, but let's just go into, here we go, EV. Suddenly, non-offensive.
No. Nice and peaceful.
Now this is a 3.8 kilowatt hour battery, so it's not very large. It's not designed to really propel you for miles and miles. It's there mostly to just kind of get you out of town, out of the neighborhood, but also to provide that extra juice to the front axle. But watch this. I'm gonna go wide open. So that's it. That was wide open throttle. And one of the things that I kind of dig about this is that it doesn't just trigger the V8 to start up. It allows me to really just enjoy the fact that I'm in EV mode and I don't have to try to find a sweet spot with my pedal. This is only driving the front wheels, so we're in a front wheel drive Lamborghini at the moment. All the benefits of a well-balanced chassis in probably the most expensive front-wheel drive car I've ever driven. Go nice and easy past this fella and his pup. And look at this. Instead of angering the neighbors with a shouty exhaust, we're just gliding past, inoffensive, just art, just moving art. That's enough of that. Friend. We'd like to not meet the mighty Honda Accord, another well-balanced car that we love.
Also front-wheel drive.
Also front-wheel drive. Everything about the Temerario, I feel like, is just a little easier and a little more accessible than the Huracan it replaces. Like, the steering's a little lighter, maybe slightly less tactile, but not in a way that makes me upset about the car. It still has that sort of sharp edge because it's a fast rack, but it's not over the top, it's not overkill. I think one of the things that I'm really shocked about is just that the way this puts down power is pretty seamless. And you'll notice when I was on those accelerations, I was staying a little bit, I had room, but I was like, I don't know how far over I want to go in case it goes sideways on me. And it just didn't. So, I just kind of set my line and went with it. The other thing about this is just, it feels every bit Lamborghini suspension-wise, but it's not so stiff that it's knocking my teeth out. Like, this is going to be a car you're going to really enjoy taking on a long drive. You're not going to be making any sacrifice to use this as sort of a grand tourer. I think the only sacrifice I can think of is that frunk space is pretty limited, which I assume is probably because of the PHEV battery system, but it's okay. You'll figure it out. You'll just buy stuff when you get there, right?
You can throw it in the Urus.
Throw it in the Urus. Have someone follow you in that. I just wanted to let you know how much restraint I'm showing right now, because I have a high score sign ahead of me, and I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. I'm going to be respectful. So one of the weird things about the Temerario is just that it's starting to put up some numbers performance-wise that may be objectively better than the Revuelto, the big dog, the flagship of the Lamborghini fleet. And you know what? That's okay. If you have a Formula One team that has a number one and a number two driver, but your number two driver starts to creep up and maybe even outperform your number one driver once in a while, is that such a bad thing that we have choices? That to me just says they want to win constructors in the OEM field. This is just fantastic. But because Lamborghini is not a Formula One kind of team, I don't think they care. I think they're just like, look, man, we're going to build the best thing we can, and we're going to make it fun. We're going to make it exciting. You're going to like what you drive. And so what if it maybe does a 0.1 faster 0 to 60 than the one it's supposed to be, quote unquote, behind? It's been all these years and I still get frustrated with these blinkers, but it's okay. It's part of it. Like, if this was a normal production car, if this was a Honda or a Lexus or something, I would complain about this, but because we're in a Lamborghini, like, I have no complaints. These are those times you're like, that's on me. Genuinely cannot believe how easy this is to drive. We're not going to do a full launch control. We're just going to lean into it hard. I mean, seriously, this is ridiculous. This is absolutely fantastic. And, you know, it's funny. They could have gone... I anticipate that the future of the Temerario is going to lean heavier on the turbo whooshin'. Like, the whooshes in this thing are like a little bit subtle and kind of behind the scenes, but I just have this feeling that when we get into the crazier versions of the car, we're going to end up seeing this just absolutely unhinged, like Pagani level of just whoosh, 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 and all the sounds you can imagine. All-wheel drive systems are just so incredible at putting power down. You can see it'll walk a little bit, but then it just finds its way, and that's just really special. And it's going to keep people safe, because sometimes we do drive these things in pretty gnarly conditions, but You know, what's wild is to get in this car and within a couple of minutes just not really feeling anything but comfortable, happy, and ready to party. This thing is an absolute beast. Wow. Let's go into our more chiller mode. This is Strada. I can't believe the way this is just behaving on like a normal road.
It's compliant.
It's so good. So they weigh a little bit more than what we've been used to. This is around 4,200 pounds. And with the two of us in it, we're probably closer to like, 4,500 pounds, somewhere like that. Or no, we're more than that, probably 46. I can't do math because my brain is scrambled. But I don't know that you're gonna really care, because this is gonna do some serious, incredible damage on a back road. It's gonna do the canyon thing, and maybe you'll notice that weight in consumables in terms of like tire wear if you were tracking this all the time or something. But otherwise, I really think most manufacturers have figured out how to manage weight. And like, look at BMW. I mean, their M5 is north of 5,000 pounds. Let's see, where's my nose lift? It's this button. Lifting, lovely. We love having an accessible nose lift. But the new Audi RS5 wagon, have you seen this thing? That's going to be a pretty heavy guy as well. Look at this, EV mode off the line. I just think weight is kind of the future right now. I feel like we're gonna have to suffer through some heavier vehicles until we get batteries that just do magical things, these steady state batteries. And manufacturers have figured out kind of how to adapt to heavier cars. Evan, do you know how much this car is as it's spec'd?
This one, as built, I believe, comes in right about $450.
$450,000. Man, I miss the old Gallardo days when that was unattainable, and now this is a lot of money. But again, you buy a Lamborghini because it's a Lamborghini. The Lamborghini does not really care what anyone else is doing on a racetrack. It just needs to be able to deliver the thrills on street. And then as this Temerario ages and matures, it's going to become a more and more formidable track beast, the way we saw Performante and STO come out. And I genuinely can't believe that this is Gen 1. This is like iteration 1. And it's going to be really fun to see how this grows over the years.
Stand corrected. Build on this one, $525.
Oof. Okay, that's a tough pill to swallow, but a little bit of a badge of honor if you're able to afford to go in and spend that $525. This, we got a pedestrian buildup. Look at that dog. Are you crossing? Are you? No, okay. just like not trying to be a jerk in a Lambo, you know? You don't want to be that guy.
No.
So anyway, now we're back at Garage 42. I gotta say a huge thanks to Lamborghini Boston. Thanks Evan for coming out. Shout out please your Instagram as well.
At evan.andrews.
I'm gonna put that up just because I've known you for a long time, separate from your involvement with Lamborghini Boston, and it's very cool that somebody that I've always admired as a local photographer is kind of in this position, doing this now, and it's really fun to see. So that's great. And now I think we're gonna get a chance maybe to experience the reverse camera. Because prior to, you know, these days, we always get it right up front, but now it's down in the center. Okay, actually, honestly, kind of prefer that. It was always a little tricky because when you turn the wheel on, a Huracan, sometimes you would block the, the camera and you're like, oh, I kind of needed that. But anyway, thanks again. Lamborghini Boston, Garage 42, AVI. This is an amazing event. It's really cool to see everybody out here today. And if you're riding shotgun, you also get boost pressure. You get a crazy display to let you know just how terrifying the ride really is. I love it. I love like the theater of the buttons and everything.
It's the best.
It's so crazy. Oh God. What a thing. Actually, let's get out real quick. I just want to demonstrate the frunk.
While we're in the car and you have the hat on.
Oh, yeah. Button to open. Oh, my God. What a silly vehicle. What an absolutely silly vehicle.
Right in the middle.
Just so you can see. Not a whole lot of storage. And you've got your plug-in stuff, so that way, you know, when you're traveling, you've got your probably a car cover or something. My guess, you go on the road trip, you're not charging anywhere, that goes. You don't need to cover it, that goes. And then you get a couple bougie soft or soft leather, like Louis Vuitton bags, and you just cram them and scratch them up and let them know that you use them.
Best way to do it.
I think that's it. Also, really dig this sort of 4-bar linkage on the passenger side of the wiper. Very cool. But yeah, man, that's the deal. Thank you guys so much for watching, liking, commenting, and subscribing. Don't forget to respect the drive, and we'll see you in the next one.